This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with a very formidable opponent. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, this crowd is hyped, and you look at their guys coming in, they appear to be fired up and ready to go. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good one.
And I'll tell you what, this is as stressful as you can get. One game for the NBA title.
Won by the Utah Jazz. Rudy Gobert returns last year. The Jazz go on their run. Jay, how reliant is Utah on the Frenchman?
I would say pretty heavily, considering he's the reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year. And his footwork on the perimeter to guard pick and pops, especially in the West where people are playing small ball, is imperative for this team. This team has to win it on the defensive end. That is the mentality of the Utah Jazz. Old school, like the old days with Byron Russell and John Stockton. That's the way they'll win games.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Levine. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Ish Smith to Joe Ingles. Add 2 points to the board.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here's a chance from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Ish Smith. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Utah ball. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
And scores.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Knocked loose. Bulls have it. Zach LaVine, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start. That misses with 3 seconds left. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I are back after this. It's a 2019 NBA Finals. 1 quarter down. Jay, is anyone going to miss? Defense was not good in that first quarter.
Both teams are on fire, but speaking of competitive juices, one of the beautiful things that we heard during the timeout, in a team huddle, you heard multiple voices that weren't the coach saying how much more they needed to fight in order to win this game. Oh, trust me, the intensity level is going to pick up a couple of notches.
Ish Smith, 2 of 4 now.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Ish Smith. Nothing going here on that drive. Mitchell. Smothering D. Parker into the front court. The score 12-8. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. And a putback slam.
He usually pays his bills doing things around the perimeter. Nice work right there around the rim.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Fires the 3, and he hits.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Deep right corner. Smith Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
From long range, knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Terrific vision. Smith knocks down the 3.
As a shooter, your hands always have to be ready. Ready, meaning that your hands are always providing a target to the passer for an easy catch and shoot.
Beyond the arc for 3. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Has a chance, knocks it down off the step back. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports. Tied game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. 4-3. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Rudy Gobert. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Lets it fly from long range, shakes free, and hits.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Knocked loose. Ish Smith. Rudy Gobert. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Down low to Smith.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. To Levine. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Zach Levine forcing that one there. Well defended. Ish Smith. Great feed. Ish Smith. With that, he's 5 for 9.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Fires the 3. That's how you defend. Not that. Slams it home on the putback. That'll do it. Third quarter complete with the Bulls in front. It's Utah basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
For 3, not easy.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. Levine. Oh, that's how it's done.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
To Smith. Here's a chance from long range, and here's Smith. Not sure why he was left that wide open. Hits the three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Scores from the post.
It's the mindset of Wendell Carter that really is the most impressive thing. He has an old-school mentality on the basketball court. He can play with his back towards the basket. He actually gives the guard a target to throw the ball to down low on the block. He'll actually hit you on the screen and try to knock you over, but also possesses the new era type skill to run, to knock down pick and pop shots, and to also be a passer on the perimeter. He is the new school era of old school.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. To Wendell Carter. From the painted area, won't go down. Trying to cash in. Can't connect. Gobert to Joe Ingles. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Wendell Carter. The pass set it all up.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
And that's rejected by Gobert. The stifle tower. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for. Deep three at the buzzer. It's all over. The Bulls, once again, are NBA champions.
And that does it for another NBA season. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, thanks for making us your choice for hoops action.
This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with a very formidable opponent. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. The opening tip won by the Jazz as we get started in Salt Lake City. Rudy Gobert returns last year. The Jazz go on their run. Jay, how reliant is Utah on the Frenchman?
I would say pretty heavily, considering he's the reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year, and his footwork on the perimeter to guard pick and pops, especially in the West where people are playing small ball, is imperative for this team. This team has to win it on the defensive end. That is the mentality of the Utah Jazz. Old school, like the old days with Byron Russell and John Stockton. That's the way they'll win games.
Bulls with it. Easy pad to the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Mitchell with it up top. Just getting started in game 3. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Runner here won't go down. Mitchell with the basketball. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. To Smith. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Joe Ingles, great feed, sets it up. My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Just disrespectful.
Fires the 3. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Mitchell with it up top. 5-point game. Shot from the lane won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
For 3.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Knocks down the first. Second and 3. Got it. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line.
I got ball.
That's the end of one here in game number 3. Jay and I are back after this. It's a 2019 NBA Finals, and it's on EA Sports. Good start to this one. After one quarter play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
First one goes down.
Good shot, man.
And he hits the second. Perfect from the line. Hits all 3 of them. Ish Smith to Favors. The drive right to the
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. To Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine. He's 2 for 2 now.
You know, when I think about Zach LaVine, I almost think about a high-priced sports car that is stuck in third gear. Now, the things he can do in third gear is off the charts. I'd rather have that problem than not have it. But it always leaves you wondering, what if we got this car to fourth, fifth, maybe even sixth gear? Now, that could be something.
And the basket good at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
It's a turnover as they head the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Markkanen, going to launch beyond the arc. This young man with a great stroke, even when it's well defended.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Ish Smith to Favors. From the painted area, won't go down. Levine to Markkanen. 4-3. Tough shot. He hits.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the three.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Favors. Blocked away by Markkanen. Beyond the arc for three. Not easy.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look. Won't go. So the two teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Goes to the right side. Parker. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Backcourt. Levine. Parker to Levine. Off the assist.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Smith. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Here's a chance from long range. Smothering D. Ish Smith to Favors. Now a steal on a very lazy pass there.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
To Parker. Fires the three. Did enough to bother Jabari Parker. Shot off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Ball's tied up. We'll get a jump ball. They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. Parker, 3 seconds is the call. To Favors. Bulls come away with it. Levine. Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Smith creates the space to bury the three on the step back. Three quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. It has been all Bulls. The Bulls in possession as we start the fourth quarter, and they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early, and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
Ish Smith. Markkanen with the stuff.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good. From long range. Message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Markkanen. Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Jazz have the ball. Rudy Gobert. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Mitchell with the basketball. Down a bundle. Knocked loose. Ish Smith. To Joe Ingles. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He was all over him. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
So Wendell Carter. Jumper's good.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just the shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
Parker. That's good D. Shot no good. Knocked loose. Bulls have it. Desperation shot here from half court. Go crazy on Madison Street. Chicago has another NBA champion.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls have come out on top. To them and all of their fans around the world, this is a night they'll never forget. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Chicago Bulls. The Jazz are experiencing the kind of disappointment that can't be shared by anyone but a teammate. It's pretty quiet in their locker room right now. I can only imagine how tough it must be. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored For the Utah Jazz,
Game track. Defense.
the Chicago Bulls put under pressure defensively in this game. And in return, they put back some blocks and steals on the stat sheet. Not only that, they put a W in the win column. And that's everyone's favorite stat.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for another NBA season. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, thanks for making us your choice for hoops action.